if your whole marketing strategy is that you've killed more people or whatever, you did more things in the GY, like you have nothing to offer. Like that's over. Like what do you have now that you can bring to the table? Right. And this has always been the discussion for me with this environment is like give a fuck about what you used to do. I don't care about your pedigree, right? I don't care about it. It's irrelevant in the discussion when we talk about training and shooting. What can you do today? And the problem with most of these guys, like GBRS is the like the prime suspect, but insert any Navy SEAL name, any former SF name, guys that lean on their pedigree, like you cannot deliver the goods when it counts. Like, show me what actual performance looks like, right? And you can't do it. You're making a name and a marketing strategy and money off of a thing that we all agreed we would never talk about. All these units signed the same shit we signed, but you showed up and then you retired or got kicked out, whatever. Like if you dive into the backgrounds, half the dudes were fucking launched, right? They did not retire honorably. They medically retired. They got out because of get fired or medically retired or whatever.
Release
But
for
then you,
standards.
what's that?
A lot of release for standards. So dude makes, say, Ranger Battalion, right? Dude makes Ranger Battalion his whole life and then gets released for standards because you can't shoot or you can't run X time, right? And then he gets released for standards. But being a Ranger
Well,
is just,
I will tell you, like at that tier one level, there's no release for standards, right? There's no blue book, there's no anything. So it's more of like failure to perform. Like there's no clear cut thing like, hey, what it was. You were fired as a team leader and now you gotta go. You gotta get the fuck out, right? Or you did too many things that draw attention to the unit. Now you gotta get the fuck out. Like that's how it works. And that's where most of these guys that get out and they fall into it, like, and you can see it like, hey, if you fucking retired at 18 fucking years, there's a story there. If you retired at 16 fucking years, there's explanation there. You have to explain it, right? Like you didn't do the full term. I retired at 26 fucking years. There's no story there. There's nothing there. I did my time. I decided it was time to leave. The unit did not decide it was time for me to leave. Right? So those are the questions. Now, the guys that get out and they sell this pedigree, they sell this idea, which I get it. You've got all the goods. You've got everything behind you. You've got all this smoke, right? You did the deed, you did all of it. But when you go to the range, you look like a fucking buffoon compared to guys that actually have performance-based shooting behind them.